Why do we have so many crazies, so to speak? Uh, Not necessarily crazies, but people who other people think are crazies. Survivalists, for instance. They're preparing for the end of the world, and a lot of people think that's a little excessive and extreme. But everybody has a different reaction to the chaos that happens on an ongoing basis throughout our journey in life. There's always winds of change coming, and it used to be there's this calm period and then a storm, calm period and then a storm. Kind of the same thing they do with the economy. They squeeze it and then they release it, squeeze it and release it, keep the milk flowing. But we haven't had that respite. There's always a crisis to be manufactured if there's not one readily available. But when they clash, then you have chaos because you're unprepared. And we were unprepared. We're still unprepared. And my point is that a person who is a survivalist recognizes the extreme threat that our nation is under, and recognizes there's nobody doing anything about it, really. Everybody's just taking care of their own needs, and that's where they feel isolated, alone, unprepared, ready to join a militia or somebody if that means protection, because we live in a state of chaos, confusion, and fear right now. That's the state of our nation. It's about creating chaos and then restoring order for your constituents who don't actually get up out of their chairs and do anything about it because they're comfortable with you doing it for them. It takes more. It takes really being involved with your times, with what's going on around you in the world in order to affect change to it. And you can't do that if your strings are being pulled like a puppet in every single direction. So what I am promoting here is independent thinking and creating a space around yourself, redefining what your human values are, okay? But it's not like a humanist type society. Look, we recognize that there's a higher power, and we recognize human beings need to worship. But we truly need the freedom to worship in a way that allows us to expand our awareness, connect with the world around us, and participate in our society rather than be shoveled into a compost heap. Because that's essentially the basis behind all of this unfairness that you see. The thing where they're always trying to shovel more money to the top. They think that the compost heap will take care of the middle class, who will take care of the upper class, who makes sure the government takes care of them first. First-class citizens. We've seen things like the one percenters, the Tea Party. People protest, they get excited, they get angry about a single thing. And then whenever they feel like that need is satisfied, they settle down. They join a group of like-minded individuals. But there hasn't been anything really available to those of us in the middle who just kind of want to feel safe and live good and quit focusing on all of the extremism, because that's all a distraction. You got to figure out what's the roots of the behavior, and then we got to groom it out of ourselves and out of our kids. And the only way to do that is to be able to teach our children a proper spiritual path through life. Not really a specific way to worship or anything, but a set of rules. Not even like the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, that was a good attempt to teach kids morals. And, the world we live in makes it inevitable that corruption is just going to be rampant anywhere that somebody won't get caught. We need our leaders to step up in a little bit more organized fashion than TED Talks. We need our leaders to step up and provide solutions, because the government the Republicans at least, have told us straight up, we're going to look to the individual, to the states, look to anybody but us to solve the problems. Once the problems are solved, the government will step in, like always, take control of the situation, take credit, and the corporations will benefit because a machine only respects another machine. There's no way to instill human values when money, greed, that energy blockage, that trying to put so much helium that everything stays up top and the elite are eventually in cities in the clouds. I mean, that's kind of the thoughts of the people that are rich and in control of our society. Everybody has their own agenda. Now, I've seen a lot of slash on Bill Gates, but the man went after polio. I can't really fault him for that. He's a solution-oriented person. So bash Bill Gates all you want. Sure, he used the system to get his power, and then when he had way more than enough, he was like, okay, let's step back. What do I want to do now? And he's used that money to, we call it philanthropy, but it's truly should be the goal of every billionaire to, once they hit that $1 billion valuation, they need to be able to step down, turn it over to somebody else, walk away with that $1 billion, and live off of the corporation or whatever, but spend that $1 billion in a philanthropic way, personally directed by that billionaire. If we don't have an upper limit, there's no lower limit that you can sink to. Serious. When the goal is money and all you want to do is protect power, then you see the kind of disrespect that we have in our nation. So, yes, I am political in my speech. I'm also religious in my speech, or anti-religious, or truly religious. I'm not here to tell you to worship midichlorians or anything like that. What I'm here to tell you is to use that Jedi mind trick, build your mental construct, and work on your issues, your personal issues.